We are LXA, and we are based here in Dubai and also in London. But today I am very excited to be part of the GRIF Deal Den for the 5th year running. The Deal Den is a great opportunity, and it really underlines and captures the soul of GRIF. The idea of marrying new concepts and exciting business ideas with investors and mentors to help those businesses grow. So today we have 5 concepts for you. Businesses that are real businesses, people that are looking right now for investment. And they are going to be presenting to 3 very well-seasoned friends of GRIF. All 3 of our judges are investors. They invest regularly in exciting new concepts, and they have a lot of knowledge to share with us. And they will be critiquing those concepts today. So please welcome to stage our very distinguished judges, in Paul Campbell from Hill Capital Partners. We've got Sami Daud from the Daud Group. Welcome on the stage. And we have Martin Sherwood from Enterprise Investment Partners. So very quickly, guys, what are you... Okay. Give me a microphone. It gets very exciting. So, yeah, I mean, is there anything specifically that you guys are going to be looking for today on the concepts?
Something that's going to make us lots of money.
Yeah.
Would be good.
It's a good place to start.
I second that.
Third it.
Very interesting new concepts, basically. I think we might have 1 or 2 here.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to get straight on to the exciting concepts. And first of all, I'd like to welcome to the stage Ajay Kenth, who will be presenting Zindiya, Streatery and Bar to us. Please welcome him to the stage. So just to give you a bit of an idea of the format of this, this presentation, every concept has 5 minutes and 3 slides to tell us exactly what they're looking for. They're going to be explaining, you know, they're literally going to sell their concept to the investors, and then we'll follow with 3 minutes when the judges will ask questions and, you know, to find out a little bit more about the presentation. 1 minute before the end, I'm going to ring my little bell. I've got the bell again this year, just to let you know that you've got 1 minute countdown. Okay?
Thank you.
Over to you.
Cheers. There, guys, there's some menus for you to have a look through.
Thank you.
Zindiya provides an immersive experience of India. We have tried to bring all the elements of the streets of India into our restaurant, excluding the cows and the stray dogs that wander the streets. Our menu is comprised of Indian street food, served tapas style, Indian-inspired cocktails and craft beers. We've been open for a year now, and following positive feedback that we've received from our customers and our peers, we have the ambition to grow nationally across the UK, as well as potentially looking at international growth. We have heads of terms agreed for our 2nd site in Nottingham City Centre, and Coventry talks are underway, which is a city centre site also. So Zindiya is a word that we've made up. It comes from the word Zindagi, which means life in Hindi, and also our daughter's name, Diya, which means light and splendor. With 96 covers, the environment is quirky, bright, colorful, with nods to Indian nostalgia throughout the restaurant. The kitchen is open, and the atmosphere, as described by our customers, as electric. Excuse me. We have a concise menu, so guests are not confused with lots of choices. The menu showcases the dishes traditionally not seen in UK Indian restaurants, or a curry house as they're referred to in England. All items are prepared freshly and made to order. We use quality and authentic ingredients. There's a casual feel to the restaurant, where you can come in any time of day. You could spend £5, or you could have a great big meal with your friends and spend £25. Our cocktail map is inspired by historic India, as well as using ingredients found in our kitchens. Our take on afternoon tea, which we serve every day as well, or high chai as we like to call it, has proven really popular between the quieter times of 2 to 5 every day. And this Mother's Day, which was just on Sunday, we served over 100 high chais. So onto the financials. What are we looking for? We're looking for an investment of £400,000 for an equity stake of 15%. Which will be used to fund the 2 sites that we are talking about, so Nottingham and Coventry. Forecasted EBITDA by 2021 across the 3 sites at that point, we'll look at around about 657k, which is around about 16.5%. The exit strategy is to grow across the Midlands area within the UK and up to 10 sites. After 5 years, look at exiting at around about 10.9 million. Welcome any questions. Thank you.
Well done. That was quick. Very good indeed. So let's start with you, Paul. What did you like about that presentation?
Well, first of all, to all of you, I admire everybody who's got the guts to set up a business and also then stand up and present it, so well done. And I actually really liked what you just presented.
Thank you.
So a couple of questions.
Yep.
How much, can you just talk me through the economics of the existing restaurant then? How much
Yep.
did you spend on it? How much does it make?
So the existing restaurant was a site that was half done. So it was a kitchen was in place, a bar was in place.
Yep.
We spent about £70,000 on that restaurant to fit it out.
Great.
It turns over between £15,000 and £17,000 gross a week. This year we've had a lot of build costs during the actual operation because it's an old building that we took on. So we're looking to make a net profit this year of around about 8 to 10% due to those higher costs and higher staff costs that we had at the beginning as well, which we're now.
Okay. And how much are you going to spend on the next 2? How much capex will you spend on the next 2? How much capital will you spend on the next 2 sites?
On the next 2 sites, so the site that we've seen in Nottingham, again, was an existing restaurant, so it already has kitchen and functional areas, so we're looking at about £150,000 on that one. The one in Coventry is a shell, so we're looking at around about £250,000 capex on that site.
Okay.
What size are these sites?
So the site in the existing site, the operational space is about 1,600 square feet, which is 96 covers in there. The next 2 sites are slightly bigger, around 3,000 square feet.
An average check per head?
At the moment, it's 16.95 gross. We're looking at pushing that to 18.95 gross over the next few months.
And the 657 that you're going to make with 3 sites, is that after central costs or is that?
There's no central costs within there at the moment. We didn't build any in for those at the moment.
So you don't take any money out, or?
So that's not any money out, no. That's just total overall, yeah.
So how about marketing? Any stuff like that? They're all in that.
The marketing's built into that. Marketing for the sites is built into that figure as well.
Martin, what do you think?
Well, I like it. I'm just a little unclear how much you're looking for what percent of the business. What valuation are you placing on the business at the moment?
When you say valuation at the moment, is it in existing form in terms of the single site, or going forward when we go to the 3 sites?
Well, the business must have a valuation today and then next year and the year after. So it's a moving valuation, but if we were to invest today, then what would be the valuation you would place on the business?
That's a very good question. I haven't done it as today, but I've done it when we've had 3 sites. So sorry, but I don't have that figure to me.
So how much money are you looking for to open the next site?
So it's in total for the 2 sites, it's £400,000 for an equity of 15%.
And you have that already, or you're looking to raise it?
We're looking to raise that.
Right.
And so then the investor gets 15% of the 3 sites of the company.
Of the company, yes, that's right.
Company, yeah.
So you're selling 15% of your existing site.
Yeah.
And you need that person to fund the other 2.
That's right, yeah.
Can I ask you what your, in a sentence, what is your motivation? Why did you set this business up, and what?
We set it up because for me and my wife, we didn't have that place to go to experience this type of food, and we wanted to be different. We set up in a place, in an area, that's not Birmingham Town Centre, it's a suburb of Birmingham, and around us is 6 traditional Indian restaurants. but we're the most successful out of all of those restaurants there. But we're bringing to the table an environment and an experience that no one else has done. So I hope you can gather that from the pictures that we have in the presentation.
Okay, so I think we've run out of time. But generally, do we think this is something we'd be interested in?
Yeah, I want to meet you again. I want to come to your restaurant.
A yes from Paul. Sam?
Yeah, you know what? I may come with you.
Great.
Great. And Martin?
I would need to know more about the financials. I would need to sit down with you and go through that in more detail.
That's fine, Martin. How about you come to my restaurant?
All right.
Down there.
Great. Well, that's three yeses, well, 2 yeses and 1 possibility. So congratulations.
Great.
So thanks very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a round for Ajay. Obviously, at the end of this session, these are real business opportunities. So if anybody is interested, as well as our 3 judges, please do make yourself known to the business owners at the end of the presentation. But next up, we're going to move straight on, and we're going to meet Anna Martinez from Utopia. Please welcome her to the stage. So Anna, it's exactly the same format. A nice 5-minute presentation, please, with 3 slides, and then 3 minutes from the judges. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Concept brief. Wow.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ana. I'm from Mexico City, born and raised in Mexico. I have my first restaurant when I was 26 years old, which is a long time ago. It was a healthy eating restaurant. I used to be a marathon runner at the time, so I discovered that the city needed a little bit more healthy food. So this is why I opened this restaurant back then. While running, I have an injury in my back, and I couldn't walk for 3 months. So I started doing yoga, so I can, get back on track. 7 years later, I came here, and I continued my practice as much as I could. I put together all my story, and I'm just trying to put everything in one place. So this is what Utopia is a well-being center where food, beverage, meditation, yoga, energy healing combines together to try to bring a better lifestyle to people that are willing to explore this side of life, right? And to get a better mental health that is very needed in Dubai because it's like a big, busy city. So basically, what I look for is a big villa, around 4,000 square meters with garden, where we are going to have 4 yoga rooms and also a cafe, Utopia Cafe, which will be a healthy eating cafe, 80 covers, indoors, outdoor seating. There will be also a little bookshop, like for exchange, like an exchange library, hammock lounge. So basically, it's a place where you can go and have yoga and then have breakfast and then have a shower there and then go to work. So it's combined all together. Different kinds of yoga. For the healing part, we are starting with Reiki and Theta healing and some other modalities. There will be for year 2. My plan is to have the first Temazcal in Middle East. Please ask me what Temazcal is later on. And why do we need this place? Basically, after a lot of research that I did in the Dubai industry, I did around 25 centers of yoga. Only 11% of them will offer some kind of food and beverage. There is maybe 2 or 3 that have a little restaurant there, but mostly it's like a grab and take food kind of thing, or bottle of water, something like that simple. There is always only 7 classes a day, around 7 classes a day, and you have to book the class, so if you are running late or whatever, you miss your class, right? I did also a survey, around 160 people answered this survey. Mostly 70% of them were females between 30 and 40 years old, and they are all interested in this kind of place where you can have all these services in the same place at the same time. So I think there is a gap in the market and a need in a gap in the competition and a need in the market to fulfill all of this. The place is green, is full of plants. I'm trying to transport people back to Riviera Maya, back in my country, out of the sun and desert, where people can just go there, relax, and find the best possible version of themselves. With regards to investment, I'm looking for full investment. This will cost around 6.5 million dirham to do. The furniture is really nice. The revenue splits mostly is the yoga. Then 25% of the revenue split will come in the food and beverage. So this is not a food and beverage place, or this is not a yoga place. It's a whole thing. Healthy 30% EBITDA yearly. And well, now the question will be when and with who we are going to do this. Please feel free to ask me any questions.
Sorry about that, I was a bit late there. Well done. Well done. So, mixed-use venues, that's hot right now. How does this compare, Martin?
Well, I have to be convinced that people want to eat out in the place where they go to do their yoga and their exercises. I have a feeling that lots of people prefer to go to one place for the pain and to another place for the pleasure. Maybe...
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
So, do you agree with that?
No, I like it. I actually like it. My wife is actually really into yoga. I'm not. I've tried it once. Not for me, but no, I think it's great. And I think Dubai, in particularly, I can speak about Dubai. I think something like this would work here. I don't know about the 4,000 square meters that you need. That's big. And how much have you taken for rent?
Well, I took a bigger than the market is for calculation, so it's around 1 million, but I have seen villas with a smaller rent and bigger gardens. Why I want a garden? Because I want to transport people into green, and you can have sessions as well outside. So, yeah. And if you ask me what the Temazcal is, we also need a pool.
Okay.
So, Paul, do you...
Yeah, I like it, but if it was in the UK, I would really like to hear more about it. It's here, so I think Sam is more your kind of potential investor. I think it chimes nicely with some of the stuff we had in the very first session yesterday, the Future Lab stuff about combining things. So I actually really like it, and clearly it's unproven. So for an incoming investor, it's a bit of a gamble.
So, Sal, do the numbers stack up for you?
Well, but hang on. But before that, is it unproven? Meaning, where else in the world do you have concepts like this?
Well, I'm sure back in my country and in Indonesia, there is one place here. It's called Life and One.
And it makes money?
It is in Jumeirah.
Is it busy?
I think they put some investment now, but when I researched on it, it was a little bit like not really busy, and it's like a one-person kind of job place.
Okay.
It's very beautiful, but I think it's very close. It's for a very selected market. So, for example, the little cafe they have is 100% vegan, not even vegetarian. So I think the market can be open for every single person, not only vegan, healthy, spiritual people.
Sure.
You asked me a question, do the numbers stack up? I mean, I think it's a conversation to have because, when I look at the numbers here, I mean, there's, certain things look very high. And I think that's just a conversation to maybe better understand.
Yeah, you're looking into 36 students per hour if the place, I mean, that's not the numbers, but we can fit 36 students per hour. And my aim is to have a 6 a.m. class and a 9 p.m. class, like 12-hour class will be 20 plus classes, right? So if you sell packages of monthly memberships and stuff like that, let's say the average comes to 130 per person. It depends on what the packages people are buying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you say, Paul? Yes from you?
When you come to the UK, yes, but not yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to explore this a bit. There's a place that I've seen in LA, and I'm just wondering how close this would be to that. So it'd be, I think it's worth exploring.
Thank you very much.
And Martin?
Worth exploring.
Worth exploring. Well,
Awesome.
congratulations. That sounds very positive to you. So
Thank
well
you
done.
very much. Nice
Thanks.
to meet
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anna Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so moving on quickly, we have Imad Khairallah from Kitchen Confidence, who's going to come up and pitch for your business.
It's actually Kitchen Confidential.
Confidential.
Actually, we're here today because we know that food today is not only a necessity, it's a source of comfort and pleasure. But the problem with food is that, especially the way it's prepared nowadays, is that it's full of sugar, MSG, nasty components, additives, yeast, high fructose corn syrup, which is leading, ironically, to major physical and mental discomforts. You can name it, diabetes, chronic diseases, heart diseases. And it's also leading to allergies and intolerances. And the main problem is that people with allergies and intolerances, or people who would like to just avoid eating these nasty components, have no or limited choices eating out or dining in. And that was my problem. Actually, I had lots of health problems, and my brother, who's a big advocate, he's a doctor, and a big advocate of clean eating and preventive medicine and functional medicine, advised me to cut on gluten, cow milks, sugar, and processed food, and that's changed my life. So all my symptoms went away, but I had another problem. I was craving food I was used to eating. And I can tell you, I didn't crave chia seeds. I was craving burgers, pizzas, chicken sandwiches, desserts, chocolate eclairs, muffins. And that's why I wanted to find a solution to this problem. So together with my mom, who's a passionate cook and very good in research and development and in turning regular food into healthy food, and under the supervision of my brother, we decided to gather a team and to do some research and development. And we've worked on it for a year until we decided to open Kitchen Confidential, which is a 75 square meter kitchen in Beirut, Lebanon, with an outlet. It's a takeaway outlet and a delivery kitchen. We're delivering to home and offices. Plus, we're delivering to other businesses, other gourmet supermarkets, to cafes, restaurants. And we have witnessed 50% sales growth per annum since we started in 2014 without spending any penny on marketing. So it was mainly word of mouth. We're now expanding into a new restaurant, dine-in restaurant, which will open next week with 50 dine-in places and a big retail section where we can sell desserts, pastry, breads, and crackers, and turning the old premises into a B2B kitchen where we are willing to distribute more to hotels, spas, hospitals, and airlines. You can think of this market as a niche market, but I think it's an exponentially growing market. We're not only targeting people with allergies and intolerances, and I can tell you that celiac disease in the region is really growing fast. And it's one of the, Saudi and Kuwait are one of the, you have the highest rate of celiac in Saudi and Kuwait. We're not only targeting diabetics, and we have a diabetic-friendly line as well. And you know that you have 38 million people who have type 2 diabetes in the region, and it's gonna reach 60 million in 10 to 15 years. We're not only targeting people with extreme problems like autoimmune disease, IBS, or obesity, but we have options for people with any dietary preferences, like people who have vegan, who are following a vegan diet, or people who are following a paleo diet, or people who are looking for quality, exceptional food with good quality, and are looking for a restaurant that can provide them with transparency. We have started in Beirut, Lebanon, but we expect to, we are looking for strategic partners to develop into the GCC and mainly in Europe. Yeah, thank you.
You go.
Oh, okay, sorry. So even in Europe, because we think that in Europe, COGS are lower, cost of goods sold are lower than in Lebanon, because you can find quality organic ingredients at reasonable prices. And you have more and more health awareness in Europe, and of course you have people with diabetes. We have 40 million in London, for example, in the UK who have diabetes. So I think, I mean, the whole idea is to turn food people like, from burgers to pizzas into its allergen-friendly, clean, healthy version, because most of the gluten-free products you find in supermarkets are full of trans fat, sugar, and additives, which defeats the whole purpose of eating clean.
So what investment are you looking for?
Actually, we're looking for strategic partners who can help us mainly on the operational side. We're open for investments, but on the operational side, because we suffered a lot from operations. I don't come from an F&B background. I come from an asset management and finance background. And I think the operations that are common to any F&B business drained lots of my energy, and I could have done even better in terms of creativity and launching new products. So we're looking to partner up with a strategic, to have a strategic partner with us who have experience in scaling up F&B businesses, because I think we have a proven model now in a very difficult market, which is Beirut, which is an oversaturated market as well.
So Daud, are you the strategic partner for this concept?
You know, I'm a big fan of healthy eating, or in terms of having outlets which offer healthy food. I may not be a customer, but I definitely believe in it. I really do, and I don't know. I've obviously not seen your restaurant and what you have and how big your menu is and so on and so forth. But it would definitely be something worth looking at, because especially, and I can speak about the region. You have a lot of kind of people opening these restaurants, and they do very well.
Actually, the idea, I've visited most of the healthy restaurants, both in the UK and here in Dubai. And our idea is to really, I mean, most of them, they offer chia seeds with coconut yogurt. We know how to do this stuff, but the real innovation, and we won the MIT competition in 2014 as best startup against the tech companies and other companies, and they never award prizes to F&B sector because of the innovation and the recipes, because we really replicated the same texture and taste of regular products, but without the nasty components, without having gluten, dairy, or emulsifiers as well in these products. And another one last comment is that we have a resilient model because we have recurring customers. So we have customers eating from Kitchen Confidential breakfast, lunch, and dinner because they have no option or no other places to go to, which is different from any regular F&B model where people like to change every day.
Martin?
Well, I like this very much. I happen to be gluten-free myself, so I completely understand it. This is a sector which is growing enormously fast everywhere. In the UK, it's the same. Gluten-free products are improving dramatically. 5 years ago, you couldn't buy a decent gluten-free loaf. Now you can, and I think there's still room for more improvement. So people who suffer from this I can tell you, will go a long way to buy the product that they actually like. So I can see great potential for this, particularly the wholesale side as well.
Paul?
Good presentation, but quite light on numbers. Can you tell us, are you making money at the moment?
Yeah, we're cash flow positive, but I've been reinvesting all the proceeds into the team. So I have a strong team now with strong foundation.
Give us an idea of how much.
Yeah, so when we started the small place now, because we didn't open the new restaurant yet, we are selling for $600,000 a year with EBITDA around 18% EBITDA. And now we're opening the new place. It cost us in CapEx around $250,000.
Sure.
And we expect to make around $1.2 million in terms of sales as a company, as a whole, because the old premises will be turned into a B2B facility producing desserts, breads, and we're signing now with a supermarket, famous supermarket in Lebanon with 5 locations, like high-end locations in the supermarkets, to provide them with gluten-free products, because we also produce like these Lebanese pastries and puffs, you know, under, I mean, kibbeh, sambusik, all this stuff. They're all organic, yeast-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free, and you can sell them in freezers. So we have a big retail section in addition to like a dine-in restaurant or delivery. So it's.
Thank you.
So, Paul, does that interest you? Yes or no?
Potentially.
Potentially.
I'd put it in the
Sav,
potential.
yes?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And Martin?
It's a yes.
It's a yes. That's lots of yeses. Congratulations.
Thank
well
you very
done.
much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Imad from Kitchen Confidential. Right, that's not it. We've got 2 more for you. Please welcome to the stage. We've got Benjamin Mouflard from ChatFood to present to us. Thank you very much.
No, I don't know.
Hi, everybody. ChatFood is the first software that can transform any restaurant's Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp account into an online ordering machine. We help restaurants to offer under their name the same ordering experience that you can have with Uber Eats or Deliveroo, but right from the app their customers are using every day, WhatsApp and Messenger. We have been live for a bit more than a month, and we are fortunate enough to already be working and have signed with some very strong brands locally here in Dubai, like Pita Pit, 1762, Pitfire, Panifico, or Earth by Nabzenji. And we are already in active discussion or testing phase with some of the largest brands here in the region, like Zaid from the Kravia Group, Keikal, and Paul from Azadea Group. And we are solving a huge problem for them. That problem is that more than 80% of the restaurants are currently failing to drive direct online order on mobile. It's a big problem because we have seen during these 2 days that the future of online ordering is on mobile. Still, they are failing because they have no options. Currently, either they can go with one of the many cheap online ordering systems that you plug on your websites that offer such a poor experience to the user that they never order from them. Or on the other side, they can go all in, develop their own ordering system, and they need to be willing to spend between $50,000 to $100,000 a month, $15,000 to $100,000, to wait between 5 to 8 months, and to take the chance and the risk to be among the 60% of the food apps that have never been downloaded on app stores, or even worse, among the 90% of the apps that are deleted after the first use. In that context, it's no surprise that most of restaurant owners are giving up and are giving away their margin, their profit, their customer data, and even worse, their customer relationship to third-party apps like Deliveroo, Uber Eats, or Zomato. So that's exactly why we created ChatFood, to help restaurants to take back the control. For the first time, they have a chance to offer to their customers a Deliveroo-like ordering experience, to offer it right in the middle of an ecosystem of 3 billion daily users, messaging apps, to offer it and to have it ready in just few hours without taking any risk, because we don't charge any setup costs, and they can stop at any time. So here's how it works. You go on our website, chatfood.io, you sign up. We enrich your menu with our artificial intelligence algorithm and our online ordering system. And after a few hours, you can get started and start receiving orders. On the consumer side, your customers can connect with your brands, in that example, Healthy Bites, and they can start to engage directly with your restaurants. There is no sign up, no download. they can immediately start to order or ask questions. Meals with quinoa. Do you have meals with quinoa? We understand the system, and we will show you the 3 meals with quinoa that we have in our menu. You can browse through it, and once you are ready, ask for some information, and once you are ready, you can start to order. Then inside Messenger, inside WhatsApp, we open a Deliveroo-like experience where you can pick up your menu, select your items, add to basket, and after a few clicks, pass your order and send it to the business. The business receives the order. When he accepts it, it sends a confirmation back into messengers, and then you can start to engage into meaningful conversation with your customers. We have embedded a loyalty program, a referral program, and a feedback program. You are into messaging apps, so you are just one click away from all the contact lists of your customers. There is no wonder that when you see that mix, that pairing of conversation powered by artificial intelligence and seamless ordering system, that we managed to drive 5 times more conversion rate than any other system on first visitors and 10 times more conversion rates on returning visitors. We are going after the $100 billion online ordering system market, and we apply a subscription fee. We charge 299 dirham per month, starting at 299 dirham per month, and we expect to be able to drive among 30 million dirham revenue within the next 18 months. We are going to win because we have a team with complementary skills and experience working together. As a former Facebook employee, I know perfectly the Facebook ecosystem. My 2 partners, Vinny is a 12-year software engineer who has been building artificial intelligence software. And Jan has a lot of experience in terms of user experience working with global brands like Dailymotion. We are looking to raise $700,050 to build our team and invest in marketing. We already have identified the team, and we are ready to get started. So if you want to join our mission to help restaurants to take back control of their delivery business, just go on ChatFood and say hi.
Okay, brilliant. Paul, is that an interesting concept for you?
It's getting quite dull because I like this one as well. We like them all today. Somebody pitched exactly the same thing, I think, to me in the UK about 3 months ago. So how unique is this?
So it's definitely a need on the market. So how do we make ourselves unique? It's from the knowledge and the learning that we get from all the restaurants that we are working.
Other people are developing WhatsApp ordering. I've seen it pitched to me in the UK. So what I'm trying to get at is, you know.
So it's a mix of artificial intelligence, all the data that we get from artificial intelligence, and seamless ordering system. When you have only artificial intelligence and messaging, the experience for the users is too long, not compelling enough. When you have only ordering system, the user experience is not good enough. When you pair the two, this is where you have a compelling experience.
Your business does something that the business that pitched to me in the UK doesn't.
No, they don't.
Right, okay. Well, we can explore that, yeah.
Does it stand out for you?
Okay, just a few questions. So the delivery, so the restaurant still does their own delivery?
Yes, so we provide the software to the restaurants.
Got it.
Then after they are taking care of the delivery.
And how about, you said it's 299 per restaurant or per company?
So it's 299 per month per location, up to 1,000.
Per location?
Yes, up to 1,000 orders a month.
Up to 1,000 orders?
Then you move on into the different plans.
And what percentage of the people you've currently signed up are paying that rate at the moment?
All of them.
They're all paying full rate?
Yes, they have all agreed to pay that.
Okay.
Immediately.
Good.
Martin?
If I understand this correctly, you're effectively cutting out the middleman. You're cutting out Deliveroo. Is that right?
So what we think is that Deliveroo, they have their space to bring new clients to this business. It's great when they bring new clients. But when these restaurants have done a good job to create loyalty, there is no reason why they should get still 30%. So this is where we come in, to give restaurants a tool to have all their loyal clients ordering directly to them and not going through Deliveroo and Uber Eats.
Okay, well, if it's unique, then I think it's really exciting and interesting. But I would need to do more research myself, but it sounds extremely interesting.
I want to try it. Meaning, I want to test it, and if it's as user friendly as you made it seem, you know, we'll give it a shot, definitely.
Well, you can't ask fairer than that, can you? So,
but I think he's looking for investment, so I think that's why he's up here, right?
right.
Yes.
So what for 750,000 for what?
So we need to act fast.
What percent?
10%.
10%, yeah.
So he's valuing it at 7.5 million US.
Yes.
How much money has gone into it so far? How much have you invested?
So we have invested around 200,000 dirham.
Of your money?
Dirham.
Our money, yes.
Let's call it 60K.
This is US dollars.
Okay.
Well, I would need to have a financial discussion with you, so that, you know, I take it this is negotiable.
Great. Well, listen, anything else? No, thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you very much. So next we've got our final presentation from Giuseppe Atzeri from VT Capital, presenting new restaurant project. Welcome to the stage. I think you understand the format now. So.
Good afternoon, everyone. I can give you, some slide. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. New restaurant is a lifestyle concept of coming from a second generation Italian regional cuisine restaurant based in Sardinia, Italy. And the current structure of the restaurant is based on 3 assets. One 60 years old traditional, one lifestyle with homemade pasta making experiences, and one market restaurant in a terminal cruise selling home label products like pasta, homemade pasta, and wines. Currently, the flagship restaurant is looking to enter in the London market in Q3 2018 with a cluster of 156 lifestyle restaurant plus 2 smaller restaurant and market restaurant. So, and 1 production also. The idea is that we created this lifestyle brand based on the demonstration of a kind of pasta that we call colorgione. It's actually a raviolo close by like a dumplings, declined in 12 different kind of pasta in different colors. So green with vegetables, yellow with saffron, black with inch sepia and lobster, etc. And the concept is the guest enter, look at the demonstration, participate to the demonstration in the market restaurant in a more contemporary and modern lifestyle concept with a signature cocktail, all with a network of local suppliers, exclusively local suppliers, with very similar to other brands, Italian brand currently operating in London like Panino Giusto, etc. So what we think that there is a need in the market of an experience when you can feel the authenticity of the product, you see how the product is made, you share in a different way, different type of dumplings, colorgiones, let's call it like that, and you can stay at this place in a more contemporary way, so you can have lunch, you can have aperitivo, you can have dinner, so it's more a lifestyle style, because the competitive advantage is based on the fact that to cook one colorgiones is taking 90 seconds, so it's very fast, and as we can see from our key performance indicator, exploiting the fact that you can deliver many conclusions per customer, we look for an average dinner turn about 2.39%, with an average check in terms of position of £56, and a total rev pass of more or less £100. So, to continue with the financial indicator, what we are assuming that at stabilization we can achieve 20.4% EBITDA margin with £630,000 for the standalone unit, the flagship restaurant, 50 seats, considering also some merchandising inside this calculation. We assume that total revenue at stabilization is more or less 3 million. What we're looking for, we already commit 50% of the equity in order to make the London expansion. We are considering another expansion in the Middle East market. We're looking at a strategic partner. It could be a money partner for London or not, but for sure a strategic partner even putting key money from the Middle East market, as we don't have any knowledge and experience about the market, and we look at very strong local knowledge operator. In terms of potential deal structuring, we want to put, contribution in kind of the mother company. The mother company is operating from 1.5 years with good results in Italy, and the 60 years old operating restaurant also could participate, and we put also the land with the approval with a new project like the resort club restaurant that we are in place. We're looking for a partner with an equity contribution about to 50% of the equity required. We estimate in our business plan at least 25% return on equity on leverage. We already have the finances in place from an Italian bank. We think that we can also put our equity consideration in order to expand for another market, Middle East market or
Giuseppe, I think I'm going to have to stop you there.
Yep.
Your time is up. Thank you very much indeed. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so Paul, was that interesting for you?
Can I ask you, why London?
Yep.
Why London, and how much research have you done into London? Where do you want to open in London?
Yeah, we source two potential places. One in the city, that of course, as you know, more the Middle East changing in terms of lifestyle, even in the weekend, etc. And one in a high street, Kensington. Actually, why London? We think the lifestyle concept with a strong traditional identity base, interpreting several colors, several products, can attract people that are looking for experience, looking for cultural shock at the same time, but in a very easy psychological way.
How much research have you done into London? One of my businesses is about to open in New York in 18 months' time, and they've done 2.5 years research. We've got somebody on the ground, and I'm still nervous. So,
actually,
how much do you understand the London restaurant market?
I actually work for an asset management investing in hospitality sector. With some standalone restaurant based on the hospitality sector. So we spent at least 8 months looking for statistics in London, especially in particular area. And that's why we think that maybe could be the first step. We feel a little bit comfortable with the London market, even it's competing, it's difficult, maybe it's not the right time. But we think if we can put, the first step to London and can succeed, global strategy can be realizable, in our opinion, actually. I'm completely agree with you, it's very challenging, but London for us is a key point, it's a key city.
Thank you.
Saad,
Sorry, I have a question,
Yep.
or a couple of questions. Number one, what's your menu? And number two, menu price point, what kind of where does it sit? And financially, what are you looking for exactly?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of menu structure, 50% of the menu is based on ravioli types,
which I see, yeah.
types. And the other part of the menu is based on healthy trends like ceviche with Italian local ingredients, like tartare, like some few main courses that can mark the Italian cuisine, the traditional cuisine. The way you structure the menu, you have a stylish lounge bar menu, but you can also eat on the bar with some aperitivo style bites. And you can continue in a more formal, let's say, menu with entree, main course, and dessert, but never more than, 2 courses, 3 courses, in a more contemporary way. In terms of financial, what we're looking for? We're looking at money partner that is willing to add the capital required to complete the investment
full capital?
in London. 50% capital required
for London. Where's the other 50 coming from?
Yeah, sorry?
The other 50?
Yeah, it's already committed. It's already committed by ourselves.
Okay.
For a potential phase 2 entrance in a Middle East market as well, we're looking at joint venture 50-50.
Martin, how about you? What do you think about?
Well, it sounds wonderful. I need to taste it, Giuseppe. I'm sorry.
Very good point.
If you had it here, I'm sure we would all get the point. So the ravioli, the Sardinian ravioli, base to the operation sounds fantastic, and it's just the sort of thing that could go like a storm in London. It really could. I would need to know more about the numbers. I would need to discuss more with you about getting the sites. I think your strategy of having a main location in central London with a production kitchen is wrong. The space is too valuable. You need to have a production kitchen in a low-cost part of London, and you need to bus the food into the branches. And I think you probably need to start in a relatively small, inexpensive branch to establish the brand, then move into a much bigger site after that. But it sounds great.
Thank you.
So some good advice. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations. And thank you to all of our amazing concepts today. They've been very well received, haven't they?
Very good.
Yeah,
well done.
Was there a favourite for you, Paul?
I like the first one. I'm looking forward to my Indian food in Birmingham when I get back.
Lovely. And you, Daud, anyone there that sort of stood up for you?
Actually, Paul said to me I was being very positive today. So
I've never seen Sami so positive.
There's quite a few.
Very disappointing.
Quite a few.
Quite a few of them. That's great to hear. And how about you, Martin? Anything stand out for you there?
The gluten-free and the Italian, I like the best.
Great. Well, like I said earlier, this is about investment, and it's about a real investment. So if any of you out there are interested in any of those concepts, we ask you, please make contact with either the organisers or, if you can, grab the concept owners themselves. Thank you very much. It's really hard to come up here and present your own personal business, and particularly something that's so personal like that. So massive respect for doing that, and thank you very much indeed. And thank you to our judges.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Paul Campbell, Sami Daud, and Martin Sherwood. Thank you very much. And over to James. Thank you, James.